Hi everyone, this is day 7 post-op hysterectomy for me. Today has been a much better day. I was able to get up and make my breakfast and do a little bit of walking around. Yesterday was horrible. My poor dog was so upset watching me that he went and got me his toy pretzel and tried to give it to me to help me feel better. But today is better. So just one day at a time, and different things, you know, will be different depending on which day. As far as pain medication goes, today I was able to decrease some more. And actually by yesterday or last night, I didn't take another dose of pain medication between the morning and then at nighttime, just to make sure I can sleep well, because nights are the hardest to get through when you have this type of pain. And then I was able to just take one pill so far. Today, since from the time I've gotten up to now, it's about 12:30. I've only had one pain pill, and I'm uncomfortable, but I'm about to take some ibuprofen as well, and kind of see if that helps take care of the rest of the little discomfort. So sometimes I kind of wiggle around a little bit, and that's just because I'm uncomfortable, but hopefully that will improve itself. I've gotten the incentive spirometry, and I've gotten it actually back up to what I was able to blow before surgery yesterday. Gotten it up to the 2500. So I'll start working on my husband's 3000 objective that he gave me. Excuse me, and see if I could get that to go a little bit better. Earlier today I was talking to my son, and I was able to finally laugh and not just do a little motion of laughing, but I was actually able to get out a ha-ha. So that's more improvement as well. One of the things I wanted to also talk about today is help that family members can give for a person having a hysterectomy. I know my husband expressed to me that he felt really helpless as to what to do. My son had expressed that he felt helpless as well, because for men, for them, they feel better when they can just fix it. You know, and this is one of those you can't just fix. It has to fix itself, and it takes time, and there's no single motion that can be done that's gonna change how that goes about. But just to give them a couple of little tips to help them feel like they're contributing. It doesn't really require the other person, whether it's a friend, husband, son, spouse, you know, significant other, whoever they are. It really doesn't require them to be mind readers, but what it requires is just environmental awareness and being aware of the surroundings. Hey, leave him alone. Sorry, dogs. So if they're a little bit more aware of your surroundings, that helps out a lot. One thing that I found was that, especially when trying to move around and trying to walk, the pain was so severe that I had you can't talk. What I would equate it to for men, so that way men could understand, is if they can imagine being kicked in the nuts. Basically, you hit a spot where you can't breathe, you can't vocalize, you can't. So it's not going to be where we're in the middle of walking together and I come across something that I can't step over or can't overcome, and I'm going to say, hey, can you move that out my way? That's not going to happen, because at this point, while I'm trying to walk and trying to get myself moved around, I can't breathe, let alone stop and take the moment to vocalize to you what the problem is. I'm just going to stop dead in my tracks, and I'm just going to be holding on to that pillow, and you've got to figure out pretty quick what the problem is. So that's one of those, if you're the person that you're caring for has had a hysterectomy and you're in the middle of walking or transferring or something like that, and they just do a dead stop, and you're kind of stuck wondering, like, what was that about? First thing, please look around and just see, is there something in her way? If it's just pain, give her a minute, let her recover real quick. She can nod yes or no. So if you see something's in the way, you know, you can ask, would you like me to move this? Would you like me to reposition this or pick that up? And just give her the opportunity just to nod yes and no, pretty much, especially when it's really fresh post-op. As far as getting in and out of the bed in the hospital, in order to get out of the bed, the head of the bed should be raised all the way up, the legs or the feet all the way down, so that way the bed is at a complete 90-degree angle, because there is no core strength, like I said before. And so having that head of the bed all the way up helps to allow the bed to do the core lifting for her, and then she can swing her legs over the bed and get them onto the floor, planted firmly on the floor. And the same thing with getting back in the bed, that bed at a 90-degree angle, and then the bottom scooted as close towards the top of that bed as possible, right where that 90 degrees starts, to have the bottom over there. And then that way either she can swing her own legs in there if she feels okay, or you can gently pick her legs up and slide the legs into the bed. Sometimes one leg at a time is better than trying to do both at one time, because it allows her the control of her abdomen, and not to feel that she's being taken totally out of control while she's lacking that core strength with getting in the bed. A pillow under the knees, and then she can kind of adjust the bed from there, whether she wants the bed back a little bit, or, you know, whatever the repositioning is that will make her more comfortable. Just start with that, and that helps out a whole lot. For coming home, it kind of helps to ease the mind if the house is clean when she gets home. It doesn't have to be like spotless and spick and span. I would say just concentrate on the areas that she's going to be in, so that way she has comfort and peace of mind when she gets home. I had to place a step stool at my bed because my bed is high. So a step stool helps, and I'm one of those people that I really can't sleep without my husband. So I'd rather be in the bed as opposed to the couch. But I do know some people that prefer to sleep on the couch just because it's easier to get into it, out of. For the diabetics, any of the pain medication that they're going to give you, regardless of what it is, has Tylenol in it. Whether it's hydrocodone, oxycodone, all of it has Tylenol. So Tylenol wreaks havoc on Dexcom sensors. It gives you a false high. Sometimes it's shown me going up into the 300s. Usually it's only like that, I've found, like the first hour or two after I've given myself a pain pill. And then afterwards it'll start kind of coming down. What I did, and especially what I did in the hospital, was I did not dose based off of my Dexcom, Dexcom sensor, which Tandem now has a link, and it shows on the insulin pump your blood sugar level. What I did was I did a manual check of my my blood sugar, and I took that and I dosed from that. Even though I had the sensor going the whole time I was in the hospital, I still relied only on manual AccuChecks in order to give myself meals or to give myself any insulin at all. And that's kind of what I still do at home. Although it's a little bit more accurate and except for when I take Tylenol, pretty much that's when it goes up. But it's a little bit more accurate now that I've been home, and I'm not really back to my regular diet, but it's a little bit closer to what I was eating before. So with the highs, it's kind of safer sometimes if you almost let that high almost run its course. I'd say I don't dose again until at least 3 hours have passed from the last bolus or correction. And that way you don't run yourself into a low or accidental hypoglycemic episode. So that's all I got today. Y'all have a great day.